men's wellness check. And this week has been really different as far as how things have been going at work. Normally we've got a pretty jovial environment, things like that. And I don't like to overuse the word toxic, but it's really been toxic this week. We've had one person, yelling at management openly on the floor. We've had people with their jobs getting somewhat questioned for behavior that they're not doing. These are just hollow allegations. We've got people trying to instigate almost confrontations with other people. It's really been bad. And the men's wellness check to this is I got to talk with probably 3 or 4 guys, and they're just disillusioned with the state of what's going on here. Unfortunately, 2 of them are brand new. And as a matter of fact, they are taking the place that I vacated, and another partner of mine had vacated. So when you look at that, one of the things that I told my plant manager when they were making this change was, when you think that you're moving people around to fix a problem, you're not. You have to fix your culture. And my plant manager is very big on talking about the culture of things. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to have that in a context where it actually makes sense and adheres to what it is that you're talking about, the culture. And just saying for the culture is kind of a short-stated statement. What is the culture of? The culture of what? The culture of productivity, the culture of promoting family environment, all of the above. What is the culture of? Because in this instance, I can't imagine that this is what somebody would want to say that their culture is of when you have this sort of behavior going on. Each gentleman that I spoke to, shout out to them, really had just a disheartened spirit. And it's one of those things to remind them. One, keep in mind what your value is, not as an employee, but as a human being first. We have so many things going on in our lives that this is, while it's important to generate an income, you can generate an income in a lot of different ways and places. But if you start diminishing your personal worth, how do you generate that and get that back? Because that's a mindset that often will, spiral down the drain for a lot of people if they let it keep going. So, myself being a father, I know that that's just where I start at, being a man, even before that. So that's one of those things that some of us, that we were talking, we know that this is not life. I don't want to be defined solely by what I do as an employee. Even if I own the company, that's not what I want. I want to be recognized as somebody that people enjoy as a man, a human being, that recognize or respect me as a father. There's other places in life that I know that I will flourish and, and elevate. So in a job, that's where you have to really remind each other, because a lot of times we get out of our heads and think, wow, this is it, and I have to do this, and that. And I'm not saying don't go to work and be productive or be a gainfully employed person. But what I am saying is, when you have a environment like we've had, it's okay to show your despair, and it's okay to talk to somebody. I'm so grateful that they all stopped to talk to me and really share their thoughts. Some don't have children, and so, but we still talked about, still value yourself outside of this. What is it that you like to do? Because a lot of times when we all see people, I'm sure you guys know this as well, is when you have people who are unhappy at work, they're generally unhappy at home, or they don't have much else going on in their lives. So this is where they come to exercise what they feel is some form of power, or this is where they come to, really let things out that are frustrations in their private and personal lives that they don't always get to, put out there, because maybe nobody's listening. And so this is their cry for help. Whatever that is, in all of those instances, we just have to make sure that we ourselves are aware of what our value is. And again, it's not what we generate as money. That's almost the last value that I want to talk to or be recognized for. I want to know what my value is to people around me. That's more important. My children, my neighbors, even in this case, my coworkers. What is that worth to other people, and how does that make me feel about myself? That's another thing that we really have to start to manifest these things from within, and then be able to enjoy what that process is, and as we search and find what it is that we truly find purpose in. So these men were able to really speak in a very frank fashion, and I really am grateful that we can have these conversations, that we can trust each other, because again, a couple of these guys are brand new, and some have been here for a while, and they're starting to see some things about the place that it's not exactly what you would want, but we also understand that this is sometimes where we need to be. Now, I will say that I encourage and support people to move up, even if it's not within the company that you're at. Move up. Um, Moving up also doesn't always have to mean just by position. It can mean move up in your status as far as getting into the 401k, how you're using your medical flex bucket savings plans. If you sign up for those, move up, because those things, all those little things will help. And even in your personal life, read, take a language, learn an instrument, things like that. Move up. So we have that ability to do those things. We just have to make sure that we are diligent about doing it. Fitness also included. You guys know how I am. And if you don't know, go check out Impact Athletics Association. I'm going to try to leave a tag like right here, so then you can just click and go to that channel as well. But all that said, what are your thoughts? What's your ace up the sleeve? Advice, comment, experience. How do you manage something like a workplace like that? We can get into the personal stuff later, but home life and work life are two different things. And sometimes I feel like we're more beholden to ourselves to feel like we have to be at work rather than at home, and that can be a trapping that we don't want to get into. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. And as always, subscriptions to the channel are free, and free is a good thing in this economy. Share it with your friends and family, and please hit the likes, thumbs up or thumbs down. I won't be mad at you, but those things really help the channel. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully this finds everybody in your place, pursuit, or beginnings of total health, mind, body, and soul. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.